Hello everybody, welcome to a new series kind of thing on my channel. I'm going to be reviewing a certain series of books that I'm reading for this, and I'm already pretty far into the series, because I keep forgetting to make these videos, but I will do it. I'll make the first one today, I'll post the next one tomorrow, okay? So basically the series we're reviewing is the GrishaVerse books. I recently found Six of Crows, and I thought, wow, this would make a pretty good, well, this is a pretty good book, because I heard about, like, how good it is and stuff online, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll read it. So I picked it up. I picked up Crooked Kingdom and Six of Crows, and I read it, and I thought it was really good. And I'm right now, I finished Crooked Kingdom, and I'm about halfway through Shadow and Bone, the first book. I'm not going to tell my opinion on those because I will tell them later. And then at the end of all this, I'm going to do a ranking of all the books. Once I, all the books that are on the back here. Which won't be for a while. But I will do the Six of Crows duology, the King of Scars duology, the Language of Thorns, the Lives of Saints, and there's also this one down here. And I'm going to rank them all whenever I finish them. It's not going to be for a while, though, because I am reading some other stuff. But when I finish reading those, I'll get to them. So now, Six of Crows. This book was amazing. I really liked it. It was a little slow in the beginning, and I didn't really like the first part, but then the part two came. I read part two, and I was like, okay, I see what this story is now. It's not what I thought it was, and it's way better. And then we got to part three, which part six is... It's amazing. I really enjoyed this book. But yeah, so this book was great. I really liked the characters. The characters were probably the best part of the book for me. The plot was really great. But then we got to the characters, and it's just like, oh my gosh. Oh, some of the characters were boring, but I really liked Matthias, and, I'm trying to have to say, okay, not Crooked Kingdom, because I like some characters, or I don't like certain characters in Crooked Kingdom, but what I liked from the first book. So the first book takes place about a group of 6 people. They're supposed to be coming, and there's this main guy, Kaz, and he recruits all these people to go on this deadly mission that'll give them a lot of money. And, okay, that sounds cool. Now, but the real thing is that this story focuses a lot on the characters and the characters' choices in it. And it also has a good plot. The plot, a lot of people saying it's too slow, which, I mean, it's not really slow at all. I think it's pretty fast, fast paced. But it's slow when it needs to be, it's fast when it needs to be. It's done great. And, yeah. I think this one, the only thing that this book suffers from is that it's in YA, and the YA kind of ruins it for me, honestly. The YA is just like, these characters act like they're 40 years old. Well, not 40, I guess 30, but they act like they're 30 years old, and they're like 15. So, that doesn't really make too much sense for me. And they're like, they've been in so many battles, oh my gosh. Like, they're the soldier who's been a soldier for years and years and years, when, no. No, these people are literally born, like, yesterday. But... yeah, that's the only problem that I have with it. The plot was great. I thought it did. The part 4, especially, the trick to falling, that one was kind of a disappointment because we're getting into the finale and stuff. And then it's like, the trick to falling is the first part of the finale, but it's just kind of disappointing a little bit where it's kind of like that. Also, another thing, this book is very random. It's just like, it's... pretty random, and random thing, I'm like, oh, that could be cool, what's happening? And it's just like, oh yeah, someone flipped a switch, and this happened, oh, okay, cool. I do like, the characters, there's a lot of names in the first part, and I almost put this book down because of it. The first couple chapters, there's so many names, it's like, oh, I'm gonna give you millions of names, when you only need to remember, like, 2 of them, and... yeah, my favorite character is definitely Matthias, following up with Nina, I guess, but my opinions change quite a bit in Crooked Kingdom, which we'll get to Crooked Kingdom tomorrow, I guess, whenever I remember to make the next one. But yeah, this book is also, I feel like it's a little short, maybe? I don't know. I feel like I could have done a bit more, used a bit more time to focus on the characters and not the plot, especially during part 5, The Ice Does Not Forgive. It's an amazing part, but I feel like it's a little too fast-paced, and they could have gone to some parts where it's like, oh, okay, the characters, yeah, we just focused on the characters more. They didn't really do that, which, I mean, it's fine. I really like this. I do have a lot of problems with it, and it's definitely not perfect, but it's great. I thought that, okay, I'm trying to think of ideas. Now, this was the first book that I read in the GrishaVerse. I didn't read Shadow and Bone first because I heard those ones weren't as good as this one, and I wanted to get hooked into this series, and Six of Crows, I read this one first, and yeah, I'm reading Shadow and Bone, and there's just so much stuff about it that's like, oh my gosh, that's what happened. It's so cool reading this book, and then Shadow and Bone, because it's like, yeah, because it's like, in this, if you read Shadow and Bone first, you're like, oh yeah, they're just talking about the events of what happened in Shadow and Bone. Yeah, it's pretty boring. And then, but if you read Six of Crows first, and then you think back, oh, Shadow and Bone, oh my gosh, yeah. So I was very impressed with this book, and I read a lot of it. Like, I started reading it, and it was a bit slow. I didn't read that much until I got to part 3, and I just started reading hundreds of pages a day. Not hundreds. Maybe, like, 80 to 120 pages per day. Because, oh my gosh, it was just so good. And then now I'm finished Crooked Kingdom and Shadow and Bone. I'm gonna finish Shadow and Bone in the next week or so. I mean, I can't make reviews as fast. I might not put Crooked Kingdom tomorrow, but I will put Crooked Kingdom in the next couple days, because I want to kind of spread them out. If I put, like, Crooked Kingdom, Shadow and Bone on one day, you guys are going to be waiting for a couple weeks to see, the Siege and Storm. But yeah, and also, I don't even have the other books besides for Shadow and Bone and Six of Crows. I have, the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and I have the Six of Crows duology, but I don't have any of the other ones, so we're going to be waiting a little bit to get to that, but I don't think it's going to take me a long time. There's just this one series that I'm currently going to read that's going to take me a really long time. It might take me like a month or 2 to read the full series, and then I will get back to reading these. So there's not going to come out, but overall, my thoughts on Crooked Kingdom: I love the plot, I like the characters, and it's just, the whole story is just done really well. I'd probably give it maybe an 8.9 or 8.8. Yeah, I think 8.8. That's a good one. 88% out of 10, or out of 100. 88%, 8.8 out of 10. I'll give it that. And yeah, that's my thoughts of this book. Next time, probably Wednesday or Thursday, I'll do Crooked Kingdom, and then whenever I finish the other books, I'll probably post them the day I finish the books, or maybe the day after, whenever I remember. But thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll see you in future videos. Bye!